Snapchat gets Android developer religion, better late than never. Snapchat's user growth fell short of expectations. Now the company is hoping Android can pick up the slack. Android app users rejoice. Snapchat has just discovered that developing better for Android will boost its global reach, user base and perhaps even help it hit its financial targets for once. CEO Evan Spiegel on Snapchat's third-quarter earnings conference call, another clunker, outlined the difficulty with developing for the various flavors of Android, and then noted the company is doubling down on the platform. What's alarming from a management perspective is that Snapchat is just coming around to realizing that it needs Android to reach all markets around the world. After all, Android has 85% of the smartphone OS market, according to IDC. The challenge will be improving the Snapchat apps when there are more than 60,000 variants of Android to work with. Now Snapchat is going to have its share of headaches. The company's third-quarter report was another disappointment as earnings and revenue fell short of expectations. User growth in the quarter was also a disappointment. The company reported a third-quarter net loss of $443.16 million on revenue of $207.94 million. Snapchat also reported daily active users of 178 million in the third quarter, up 17% from a year ago. To boost usage, Spiegel said the company will redesign its app to boost audience. That redesign could be disruptive at a time when Snapchat can't afford any mistakes. After all, Snapchat also acknowledged another key mistake, failing to develop for Android well. Spiegel, on an earnings conference call, said Android is critical to the company's global growth. The most surprising thing about Spiegel's comments is that Snapchat apparently didn't put emerging market growth and Android together before. He said, specifically, Snapchat improved Android camera startup time by more than 20%. Are influencers turning away from Snapchat? Spiegel continued with his Android riff. We are fortunate to grow our business from a position of strength with the young audience in a developed world, the tip of the spear that drives broader adoption trends across the technology ecosystem. For example, we now reach over 70% of the 13 to 34-year-old population in the US, France, the UK and Australia. However, in order to further scale our user base, we need to accelerate the adoption of our product among Android users above the age of 34 and users in the rest of world markets. This means that we will have to make some changes to our product and business. To attract more Android users, we are building a new version of our Android application from the ground up that we will launch in select markets before rolling it out widely. This new version of our application leverages everything we have learned about building for Android over the past 5 years to provide a more performing product experience that we know our community will appreciate. This effort requires significant engineering resources across all of our engineering teams and will be a huge focus over the coming year. After seeing the results of increasing Android performance over the past few months, with significantly more Android users added than iOS users in September, we wish we had done this sooner. If Snapchat would have figured out Android has the most global share around the world earlier, maybe it wouldn't be in its current